Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. Wow. Top Ranks Bob Arum advises Pacquiao to pretty much stay away from Terence Crawford. Stay tuned. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang. Notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, Terence Crawford, fresh off a brilliant performance, stopped Jeff Horn. I was at the fight. Great performance. It was his first fight at the new weight class. Can't wait to see what the rest of his welterweight run has in store. Bob Arum did an interview with the Manila Times. Shout out to them, link in the description. And Bob Arum says, and I quote, "I don't think Manny wants to fight Terence Crawford, and I think it will be a very bad fight for Manny. I don't think Manny could compete against Crawford at this time in his career. Well, if he wants to do it, I will make it happen, but I would tell him not to. Manny is an athlete and he is an adult. He can decide on whatever he wants. If he comes to me and says, I think I know how to beat Terence Crawford and I want to fight him, I will do the fight. But if he asks me for recommendations, I would strongly suggest against it." Crawford showed that he is a great fighter. He showed the great fighter he is. He dominated Horn and knocked him out. Horn was very brave, but Crawford is a very special fighter and exceptional. End quote. Listen, new media, Ego's army, vindication per usual. I've told you for some time this was the case, like in terms of the Pacquiao Crawford fight. And I was met with a lot of resistance, but now it's a dead issue. Some people are going to say, oh, Pacquiao, he's a legend. He doesn't have to fight Crawford at this point, but he's still fighting a dangerous guy in Lucas Matisse. And like I said, I don't even want to see the fight anymore. I'm referring and referencing the videos that I made over a year ago when Pacquiao could have fought Terence Crawford, when they were building it, like when Crawford was fighting Thierry Jean, and afterwards Max Kellerman was asking him about fighting Pacquiao, like around that time, when up to the point where Pacquiao was the WBO champion after he beat Jesse Vargas. It was good. It was a good fight all the way up until then, but then he lost to Jeff Horn, and then we just seen what Crawford did to Horn in his first fight at the weight. So I don't think people even want to see this fight at this point. I think Pacquiao might be able to, if he gets past Matisse, which is not a guarantee, Matisse can crack. But if he gets past him, I think people would probably rather see Lomachenko versus Pacquiao. I think that's a better fight at this point. But I've told you, Pacquiao's side has constantly showed that they weren't really trying to make the fight. Bob Arum, to his credit, he was trying to make the fight at a point in time. He was on record, but again, he's the powerhouse, he's the brains behind the operation, so he wins no matter who wins. If Crawford were to knock out Pacquiao or beat him decision, that's his fighter. If Pacquiao were to stop Crawford or beat him decision, that's his fighter. So either way, he would have won in that equation. But from Michael Kongs to Freddie Roach to Pacquiao himself, I told you, it didn't look like they wanted any smoke with Bud. And this is further proof of what I've been saying. When the Manny Pacquiao's longtime promoter, he's saying, like, I would advise him not to fight it. He says he's a grown ass man. He can fight whoever he wants. If he comes to me, we can get it cracking. But I would suggest against it. So once again, these are all just like I said, vindications for what I've been saying on the channel, and I was met with resistance. Now you're starting to come out, and that's why I don't fret, because ultimately it all come out within time. This also adds to the talk. Like I told you guys, I thought pound for pound wise, Crawford is the pound for pound guy, and this has to show you something. Why is it that Manny Pacquiao, according to Bob Arum, in a recent interview, not this interview, but Arum said in another interview on Sirius XM, he said he talked to Pacquiao directly, and Pacquiao says he has absolutely no interest in fighting Terence Crawford. Yet he says he wants to fight Matisse and get through that fight and fight Lomachenko. You know what I mean? So why is it that the legend in Pacquiao doesn't look like his promoter or himself or his team, Pacquiao's team, wants to make the fight. Now, I know Freddie Roach is not currently his trainer, I don't think, but even when he was, he said Pacquiao needs tune-ups and all these reasons. So again, it's no longer an issue. We might as well just drop the notion because it doesn't sound like the fight will happen. However, if Pacquiao disagrees and he gets past Matisse, then Bob Arum said, he said the ball's in his court. Man, he's an athlete and he's an adult. He can decide on what he wants. If he comes to me and says, I think I know how to beat Crawford and I want to fight him, I will do the fight. But if he asks me for recommendations, I would strongly suggest against it. So if Pacquiao feels he has something to prove beyond the Matisse fight, I mean, fuck it, let's see it. But other than that, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So let me know what do you want to see next from Terence Crawford that's realistic. I think Jose Benavidez is probably the most realistic option for next. Of course, I'm in Dallas right now. I'm going to watch Errol Spence this weekend, cover that fight. And I would love to see that fight, but I think that's going to take time to build with the different promoters. And Errol Spence even said, I'm going to deal with my side of the street first. You know what I mean? Meaning the Keith Thurman or Sean Porter, Danny Garcia winner, stuff like that. Let me know what you guys think of Bob Arum's revelation and what he's talking about regarding Crawford and Pacquiao. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.